Hey guys, it's Darth Weegee, and welcome to the second anniversary Q&A. So, you guys asked a lot of questions this time around. I was not expecting to get this much, but there are a lot of good questions, so we're going to answer them. So, I'm probably going to mix these around a bit, so yeah, we're going to mix it up a bit. Let's start with my brother, who asked two questions. You all know Vanilla Jack. First is, do you have any spam to eat, and if so, eat a can raw on cam? No. How long is your mic cord? I forgot to measure it. I'll insert that when I'm done recording. Next, let's go to a couple Discord questions. So first for Ilamavi is, if you could live anywhere, where would you go? Actually, I really like Georgia. Me and my family were driving up from vacation at Florida, and what happened was, we stopped at Georgia, in Savannah in particular. We stopped in this little mom and pop restaurant, and the people there were just the nicest things ever. We took a nice walk in the park. Everyone there was nice too. It was just freaking great. The temperature was great. The people were great. I loved it. So, yeah, that's where I would go. Let's do one from Enemy. Why do you like Boomer Simon over Chad Belmont? Well, here's the thing. I don't need to choose because they're the same thing. He may be a boomer, but he's a Chad at the same time, so checkmate, atheists. But seriously, I do like Simon over Richter. I don't know what it was. It was just like I liked Simon over Richter for some reason. I guess it's the design. I actually do like Simon's, not like as far as like as a fighter, but their character design. I like Simon's more than I like Richter's. And then sometimes I take it to 11 by pretending that I have a thing for Simon. Fun stuff like that. Let's just knock Plas's out of the way. What are you getting me for my birthday? It's the day after your anniversary. How many potatoes do you think could fit in a hippo's mouth? Will my dad ever love you? What is your favorite pig? How long do you think it will take you to realize all of my questions are jokes? And how long is your mic cord? The mic cord question I already answered. But actually, when I was going over these the first time, it took me till question 3 to realize it was a joke. So for Lemons. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how old are you? 10. Okay, so I had one person other than Vanilla Jack comment on the YouTube video, and that was Rand Taro. So the first question is actually interesting. It's like, are there any non-fighting games you would like to play on your channel in the future? There actually are. Along with some like expanding on some of the stuff I already did, there are a couple of non-fighting games. Like, my brother recently got Mario Kart. So me and him were just playing Mario Kart one day. I'm like, hey, let's make a video out of this. I don't know when we're going to start making Mario Kart content, but we do want to start making some Mario Kart videos. I've been wanting to do a couple of like a month where I just do videos on indie games. It doesn't matter what the genre is, as long as it's indie, it's good for the month. Maybe one video of something I already played, like Indie Pogo or Rivals of Ether, but then I would mostly focus on games I usually don't play, something like Ori or Guacamelee or I don't know, Hollow Knight, things like that. Other than that, not really. Like, here and there, maybe a couple of things. There is actually one video I'm going to be doing that's a Toho playthrough. It has to do with a bet me and Lass had, and I still have to talk to him if we're gonna like call it or not. But if we do, I'll ask him tonight. If we do, you're probably gonna see a playthrough of one of the Toho games on my channel. So let's do Alan. What has happened in your past which has led you to becoming the man you are today, and how you met the people who are your friends with now? So I do want to get, there are 3 things that mainly made me who I am today. Is my online friends, my family, and my upbringing. Let's start with the upbringing and make it simple. I was homeschooled. I was raised in a Christian home. And actually, touching on the whole raising in a Christian home thing, that means I was also raised in the church. And one of the reasons that I'm child friendly is because, like, other than my own personal choice, it's not because I want money like Lax Chris, obviously. But in my case, it's like, my brothers will like tell some of the kids at church, like, hey, I got a YouTube channel, my brother does a YouTube channel, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that'd be nice. I want them to, like, learn a swear word from me or anything. Yeah. And that's also kind of the reason I don't swear either, is because of my upbringing. So back to the family. Obviously, me and my siblings are very close. My brother's even more so. That's why they're on the channel so much, is because I'll go down, they'll be like, hello, Mike. Would you like... well, I'd be more... No, it's more like, hey, you want to do a video? And they'd be like, sure. And they put up a lot of crap from me, honestly. But anyway, it's them, then my sister. I talk to her about more serious stuff that I don't usually talk to my siblings about. And then my parents. I'm close to my parents. Love my parents. They did a lot. They've been really good to me, honestly. And even if I don't always see it, they are right behind me. They support me when I need to be supported, and they bring me down when I need to be brought down. And then the last thing I think I put on was my online friends. I actually met most of my closest online friends on Smashpedia. I was under the name Smasher51 there, so they didn't realize that I was the same person until later down the line, once I joined the Smashpedia Discord under my new name. So Plasmaster Enemy, who was actually under a different tag at the time. Lassitar I also met on Smashpedia. A couple of the other people on the server too, I'm not as close to, but still consider buddies. I got Lemons, Lando's also from there, Buff's from there, and Plas and Buff I also met on Smashpedia. So I met all those guys on Smashpedia, and then like it slowly evolved into me just like being on Smash Twitter and Discord more often. Started making friends there, and yeah, that's where we're here today. Let's do another enemy. Have you played Slap City anytime recently? Story mode is coming soon, and will you do a playthrough? Slap City I haven't actually played recently. I don't play it super frequently, but I do play it every once in a while. I do enjoy Slap City. It's probably one of the most fun platform fighters. And by fun, I don't mean just like really fun to play. I just mean like it's funny. When I play it, I enjoy it in that respect. It's a good platform fighter though. It's very competent, but it's hysterical at the same time, and they don't take themselves seriously either. As for whether I'm doing a playthrough of the story mode, I might, actually. Because, well, if people ask for it, I'll do it. But also my last Slap City video did really well. It still gets views even a year later. So why not capitalize a bit on that? Let's bring it back to Rantaro. How do you feel about the hero controversy that has arisen as of recent? So, I'm not sure how relevant that is anymore at this point, just because of when I'm recording this. About a week after Rantaro asked this question. So, I would say I was pro-hero. I was good with keeping him in. First of all, screw Leffen. I mean, he's a competent player, but he's annoying as all get out. As for Hero, I never really felt his RNG was that impressive. Did I get mad if I got killed by a whack or thwack? Yeah, but I get mad when I get killed by a 9 from the hammer. So, I'm not like, the RNG is a little different. It's a little more extreme in Hero's case. But that's kind of what keeps him down. That and his aerials are really slow, and some of his moves are kind of weird. Like his up smash is... If you're next to him, his up smash is terrible. If you actually hit with it, it's kind of nice. It feels kind of nice to hit kill with it. But it's not very practical. You're better off using side smash or down smash. But mostly side smash is what I usually use the most. He doesn't have kill throws that I know of. I think he has like one combo throw, but that only works at low percents, and that's not even true. So it's not even really a combo throw. His forward throw's hysterical though. His moves, like, I'd say nerf some of his more consistent moves, like Kafrizzle and Kazap, because those things are wicked strong. And yeah, they take a lot of MP, but with the amount of MP you do have, it doesn't really feel like much. So yeah, I'd say keep Hero in the game, and then you'll see like, oh, all these Twitter clips, they have like them getting 2 crits in a row, and then like a thwack at 0 that kills, and like, bro, I have never gotten that. You don't, just because you managed to get some fancy random clip doesn't mean that this character's broken. You just got really lucky. I have never gotten anything like that. Heck, I don't even kill with thwack or whack until it's like 90 or 100. My luck is that bad. So, you just got really lucky there. I'd say take the win and run with it. You know, let's just make things simple and finish Rand's questions. Is there anything big content-wise you hope to do on your channel in the future? I pretty much gave a bunch of those answers at the beginning. But as far as like Smash content, I'm thinking of... I tried starting a series a while back called the Amiibo Diaries. It didn't work out, mostly because the second part got screwed up because of how I worked with it. Because like halfway through recording it, my family came home, and then I just restarted the project and things just didn't work out. So I dropped the series. But I'm thinking of bringing back Amiibo Diaries, since Amiibo videos are pretty nice. I wouldn't recommend watching the original because it was kind of bad. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It could have been worse, but... Point is, essentially, showing the lifespan of training an Amiibo is pretty much the idea of the series. When I first thought it up, but... No, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. Anyway, what else? I want to start doing collabs with bigger creators. It's just a matter of trying to bring stuff to the table. I don't know who to collab with. I mean, I'd probably collab with a bunch of my friends. But like as far as new creators that are significantly larger than me, I don't know. But I'd like to start collabing with larger creators. And then one more Smash series. Probably bring back a couple series, arena antics, things like that. Just do a bunch of fun stuff. Nothing really humongous content-wise that I haven't listed out for saving for the end. So, yeah. 4. Is there any character across the entirety of Smash series you've consistently enjoyed playing as, regardless of changes made to them? So, I like Bowser throughout most of the installments. I haven't tried him in Brawl, because I haven't played Brawl in ages. Bowser and Rob, that's why I've played them through most of the games, or all the games that they were featured in. With the once again, with the exception of Bowser and Brawl, because I didn't really... I'll touch on this later with one of Elo's questions. Didn't really pick up Bowser until Smash 4. And then I kind of like Ultimate, Melee, heck, SSF2, just expanding my Bowser expertise to those games and working what I knew from Smash 4 Bowser into those Bowsers. And then in Rob's case, there's a little bit of a story behind Rob, and I'll get to that later as well. But yeah, Rob and Bowser, but actually a surprise one will be Samus. Now in Ultimate and 4, she kind of dropped off, but in Brawl, Melee, my Samus was pretty decent. I also was pretty good with her in Project M. I wasn't fantastic, but I could use her. And in Melee, I didn't really have any real, like, declared mains, because I had no idea what a main was. But I actually played a lot of Samus and Mewtwo. So, Samus, I would say, would be the unexpected pick that I enjoy throughout all the games. Because even in later games where my playstyle has changed, or my character preferences has changed, I still enjoy some of Samus's moves. Down tilt's awesome. Forward air, down throw to the forward air is awesome. Some of the other back air feels good. But there's just some stuff that feels really satisfying to hit with Samus, and that's what I like, especially the down air. The down air feels amazing. Alright, and then number 5, what is your highest record in Classic Mode? I'm going to record that afterwards because I don't have my Switch with me at the moment, but I did look into it. I haven't played much Classic Mode, except for a couple of times on day 1. Because, like, Well, half of it was because I'm too busy playing with other people, but the other half was like every time I would be messing around, I'd hear, oh, well, if you play with this character, it screws with your data, so, or, like, it screws up the game, soft locks the game. Like, I don't want to touch that. So I usually wait. So I've been waiting, so maybe I'll do Class Mode, I don't know. Maybe I'll make that a series too. Let's finish Elo's questions. What is the most disappointing game you have played? You expected the game to be great, but you didn't like it. Let's see. Off the top of my head, Ukulele, actually. As you know, I really like indie games, so I thought like, hey, indie Banjo-Kazooie can't be that bad. But honestly, it wasn't a bad game. Some of the character designs were kind of nice, and the world looked good for the most part, but it was just so boring. Like, none of it, like, it felt like way too open. There really wasn't that much to do except run around and try to find the pages. It just wasn't that fun for me, and I was kind of bummed out because I thought this was gonna be fun. It'd be like nice little 3D platformer, and like I played it for like an hour or two, and I was like, no, I'm really getting bored. And so, yeah, Ukulele was one of the games that I got disappointed by. This is coming from the guy that actually likes Brawl, so... Why do you main Rob and Bowser compared to other characters? Okay, so, let's start with Rob. So, with Rob, when I first got Brawl, I said to myself, characters that I could play and win with 3 times in a row, I will use. And the 4 characters were Lucario, Sonic, Pit, and Rob. Ironically, I can't play most of them as well as Rob. And I mained Marth in Brawl. I seconded Rob. So I played Rob, I kind of enjoyed him, I thought he was fun. And then Smash 4 came along, and as I was like working through characters to play, I kept picking Rob, and I was doing really well with Rob. And I went Rob my first tournament, and I did really well. I took the guy to sudden death. He won by percentage, because I was a much higher percent, but I timed him out. I did go 0-2. 0-2 the first round, and then the second round was 1-2. One game was in my favor. He switched to Falcon, who I don't do especially well against. And then as time went on, I wanted to switch characters. I really enjoyed Corrin, and I was pretty decent with Corrin. And I enjoyed Cloud, so I picked them up. And I went 0-2 my next tournament. And then I was kind of bummed out about it, and Dad said, hey, maybe you should stick with Rob. You do a lot better with Rob. And as time went on, I started messing around with Rob some more, learning new stuff, really enjoying his gyro. His gyro was addictive to mess around with. Just enjoyed the character, and he became my main, and now I kind of feel really affiliated with him. Like, it's not even funny. It's a thing I have with all my mains, where like I am undyingly loyal. Like, I don't switch out mains, I switch out secondaries. Speaking of secondaries, or more co-main at this point, with Bowser. Now, a little fact about me and Chris to chat is, back in the For Glory days, me and him would like to go on an online co-op on For Glory, and we would just mess around with people. Like, we would spam one move on purpose. So Charizard would spam Flare Blitz. For Cloud, we'd spam Blade Beam before Quick Play. Clouds were doing it. We'd spam Smash attacks if they got close. We'd play up B. We tried to play as degenerate as possible. And one of those characters was Bowser, so we would spam the down B. And as time went on, I'm like, okay, this character kind of feels kind of nice. So then I started playing him in one-on-ones, and he felt good. And I really enjoyed playing him, so I started learning Bowser a bit, and now Bowser is my secondary / co-main. And while I'm not as super loyal to him as Rob, I enjoy playing Bowser. He is brutal, and I love him, and I love just hitting with all of his attacks, like his back air. It feels so good to kill with that thing, especially when you get the screen flash. It's fantastic. Alright, let's finish up anime. Current thoughts on Pokemon Sword and Shield. I like parts of it, but dislike other parts of it. Like, Dynamaxing in particular kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like, some of them transform the characters, so it's just like giant mega evolution. Here's the thing, I never really got super invested into Pokemon. I never really had a console to play Pokemon on. And I kind of played a little bit of Sapphire on an emulator, but that was pretty much the most I had out of Pokemon, so I'm not as invested as other people are in this. There are some options where I'm like, what are you doing? Some of them like, okay, some of these look pretty okay. Whether I buy it or not, we'd have to see. I mean, if Chris buys it, I probably will, but that being said, I'd probably go for Sword. What the fridge is a Toho? To keep it simple, it is a top-down shooter game that focuses on avoiding bosses and enemy bullets instead of prioritizing combat. So you just like dodge bullets instead of focusing on defeating enemies. And defeating enemies are important, but sometimes you're not even able to destroy the enemy. You have to just survive their attacks. And then there's like all this other... That pretty much explains the gameplay. I'm not going to really go into too much detail about it. And then there's like all this lore and extra stuff that is debatably important and not important, but we're not going to get into that because that would take a while. Let's finish Alan's real quick. Okay, so the extra question he put was, how come you have stuck with Weegee as your character all these years? Okay, so when I came up with Darth Weegee, we were just coming out of the end of the YouTube poop era, so a lot of the jokes that were relevant at one point were starting to lose favor. Things like Zelda CGI cutscenes, Hotel Mario cutscenes, YouTube poop tropes in general, including Weegee, were starting to lose their popularity, but I kind of like thought Weegee was kind of funny. So I actually put my game tag Luigi in first, and I used that as my in-game tag, and then slowly it changed to the point where I became Darth Weegee. And now in 2019, I kind of rebranded myself as Darth Weegee in 2016. And then 2019 comes along, and I'm still stuck with Darth Weegee. Darth Weegee being a dead meme. I feel like people don't take me as seriously, but honestly, I'm trying to own it. I'm trying to separate myself from the Weegee meme. It's kind of hard, but I am trying. Alright, so an extra one from Enemy. In or out? Reimu gets into Smash, but she gets the Cloud treatment. No spirits and only 2 songs. Also, the last character ends up being your least wanted newcomer. Look, buddy. I will take it. Like, I got Reimu, alright? She's like my most wanted character next to Shovel Knight, and Shovel Knight ain't coming this game, unfortunately. So I will take my least wanted newcomer. Heck, it could be freaking Goku for all I care. I've got Reimu. Will I be mad about Goku? Yeah. But I will still get Reimu. So I will take it. Although, like, if it's the least newcomer, that would be... If it was just the least newcomer, that would be the case. But if she gets the Cloud treatment with, like, no spirits, that would be understandable. But 2 songs, that would be doing the Toho series dirty. Like, that was Zun's intention at first, was to just be a musician. He didn't expect to be making games. He just made the original Tohos as tech demos. Mainly trying to sell himself as a musician. So, it would be a crime just to include 2 songs. Like the amount of songs that some of the DLC have been getting, it was only like 10 or 15, and there's well over 100 tracks in Toho. So just limiting it to 10 to 15 songs, there's gonna be some sort of an injustice going on with the songs, so to speak. So honestly, I would probably just rather leave her out if that was the case. Just hack her into what's it called? Hack her into the into Rivals of Ether. Plas was the first person to pronounce well, technically it was Enemy, but whatever. Alright, Darth, you're in a room. In the room with you is Rob, Amelia, and Craig. All 3 of them are mains in Smash, Soku, and Rivals of Either, respectively. You have a gun with 2 bullets. Now, knowing all this information, which from the 3 would you take out to dinner? Where you would take them? Where would you take them and why? Gun unrelated. Probably Vermelia, because she's the most human-like character here. And Rob, because that man needs a hug. He lost his entire race a few years ago, and I have a weird feeling he hasn't recovered from it, so I would just take him out to a nice dinner, even though he can't eat, and just, like, let him vent. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I just really want to Photoshop Crag with a gun. I don't care how crappy the Photoshop is, I just like the idea of Crag with a gun. Secondary question. You're in a room with Rob, Vermelia, and BAZZINGO BOOZOP, which is Plas's character from a story he writes, which you should read, by the way. I will link that in the description. You should read it. It's good. Who do you shoot? Okay, let's see. Vermelia is a vampire. Rob is a robot. And BAZZINGO, I believe, don't quote me on this, you should read the story to fact check me, is bulletproof. So, probably Remy, because I know where the weak spot is. I just gotta hit the right hitbox. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying. Okay, never mind. Okay, alright, so last comes in with the next scenario question. Okay, Darth, you're in a room with Rob, Bowser, Amelia, Sane, Futo, Nitori, Crag, and Medea. All characters that I play. Medea is from a project that Plas is working on. That, well, actually, we're all on the crew for it, but he's working on a game, and Medea's from that game, so a little context. The rest of these characters are from Smash, Soku, Toho 15.5 and Toho 15.5, respectively. All of the characters I play. You order pizza and find out there's only 8 slices. Who do you kick out of the room with no pizza? Well, I wouldn't kick him out exactly, but Rob can't eat, as aforementioned, so probably ask him not to indulge in the pizza, because he doesn't even have, like, a mouth where he can take it in. So, here's another one. Darth, you find yourself in a room with all your mains and all your friends' mains for Smash. You are given a gun. Which one will you remove from the Smash roster permanently? Oh, the gun. I'm sorry, the gun removes them from the Smash roster permanently. Who do you shoot? Now, I have a friend. He's a good friend. He's drawn art for me before. He's a blast. His name is Rex Santos. He mains Game & Watch and Ness. I would shoot Ness, because I hate Ness. I love you, Rex, but I don't like your mains. So, scenario. One more from Lassiter. You will no longer... Choose one. You will no longer encounter any annoying characters like Ness when playing a quick play. AOCF role becomes a thing. Probably AOCF role, because I could play online. For context, me and Plas, me and Plas play games all the time, but in this case, for context, me and Lastar play this game called AOCF. It's another Toho fighting game. We love Toho, so it makes sense that we want to play it. We also love fighting games, and, well, AOCF is a Toho fighting game, so, like, hey, let's play a Toho fighting game. But we can't get the online to work, no matter how hard we try. So I would probably go with AOCF role, because even though there are annoying characters on quick play, I could take it. It'd be like taking a bullet to the head, but I could take it. We got Lassiter. When's Ouija Warriors 2019? When? On a scale of Banana to Luigi, when's Ouija Warriors? And when's Ouija Warriors 2 the Ouijaning? Alright. So, Ouija Warriors. For those of you who don't know, me and my brothers did this thing called Ouija Warriors a while back. Well, essentially we had this competition. We played through 9 games, we tallied up points, and it was a little friendly competition between the 3 of us. There were 9 games, not 9 of us. I announced at the end of the last one that Ouija Warriors would be returning in 2019. Whether it returns in 2019 is debatable, but we are planning on bringing it back. The reason that, well, other than I forgot about it, the other reason that Ouija Warriors wasn't done during the summer, once again, other than the fact that I forgot about it, was because my brothers were away for the summer, counseling at a camp, and it was really good for them, but we couldn't get Ouija Warriors done. So right now we are working on getting Ouija Warriors back up. We are revamping this type of competition a bit. Now, here's the thing. Ouija Warriors, as you know, is going to be a little different. It's not just, well, other than some changes to the competition itself, Ouija Warriors is not just going to be referring to the traditional Ouija Warriors anymore. Ouija Warriors is going to be a more universal thing for several competitive-esque tournaments. So the first one will be the traditional Ouija Warriors, which will be called Ouija Warriors Brotherly Brawl. It is the traditional Ouija Warriors, the three of us, doing round robin on various games, competing for points to determine a winner. The second type of competition will be a Wi-Fi tournament. What we're going to be calling it is in question right now, but it will be an open invite to anybody that wishes to come. I'm still working on all the details of this and the next project I'm going to talk about, but I do want to bring in some more competitive, more serious things, bring in more serious players that would be, just make them interested, you know what I'm saying? Bring in some people that would be interested in playing that. And finally, I am planning on a invitational of sorts, bringing in talent from different communities I'm part of, and wondering if they would like to compete in a tournament. I think it would be kind of fun. But that also doesn't have a subtitle yet, so that's Ouija Warriors Invitational right now. And then Ouija Warriors Wi-Fi Tournament, and the Ouija Warriors Brotherly Bash. These are the three that's going to be a thing. Now, I'm not going to guarantee the next Ouija Warriors Brotherly Bash will be in 2019 because school just started for me. So I have to work around that, but I will try my best to get content out to you guys while also producing the various kinds of Ouija Warriors competitions that will now be featured on the channel. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and all the other stuff. So yeah, year 2 was a bit rocky for me. There were times where I just wasn't posting stuff, and it's been a little more rocky than 2018, but hopefully I'll be able to bounce back. I'll be able to produce more content. I'll be able to have a little bit more fun. I want to just thank everybody that has encouraged me and helped me out through this process. Well, not just the process, but just like in general, just like thanks to everybody that helped me out, that has helped me out in the past, and everybody that will help me out in the future. I want to thank all of you guys. Here's to another year of Darth Weegee and production of much greater content than I have ever made before. And yeah, sorry about all that word salad at the end. I will leave you all low down. I will see you later.